All right, welcome back, guys. So in this training, I want to talk Snapchat. Snapchat is like hands down the hottest platform right now. Facebook's probably number one and probably will remain to be, but Snapchat's like right there behind it. So we're talking good old Snap. This is what it looks like on your phone. Once again, guys, I will do screen shares in the future on my phone once I get that technology all squared away and it records really well and stuff. So I will give you guys some great screen sharing on phones. But for right now, I want to give you a crash course or an overview of Snapchat. So if you haven't started a Snapchat yet, do it. It's hands down the best, one of the best business builders. I get a lot of business actually through my Snapchat channel. And by the way, if you want to kind of watch what I do, and I think that's a great way of doing it, follow people who kind of know what they're doing already, or they're doing it successfully and getting results. Watch what they do, right? Mirror it. So if you go follow me, I'm Motivator Joe, okay? And I'll put my Snap code in this training so you guys can just screen share it and then open up Snapchat and you can actually add me. So Snap codes are great too. But with that being said, your username. Number one, if you haven't started a Snapchat yet, do it and name name it around you or around your name somehow. Like, don't do a business necessarily. It's not attractive to people. Like, you got to remember, guys, when people are looking through Snapchat and they're going through their Snapchat and looking, they're going to click names. Remember, you need to brand yourself. Don't try and brand a company. What happens if you quit that company or the company goes under, etc.? You never lose your brand, right? So brand yourself. So if you have a name already, maybe change it. Like Motivator Joe's kind of catchy. I also have another channel, which is just Joe Dickinson. So, or something along those lines. So with that being said, number one, your username is important to do you. Number two, a little tip is you might want to put an emoji in your name. So it's pretty cool too. Like when people are scrolling through and they see a little emoji next to the name, they might click on it more, like a dollar sign or, you know, a little flame or something like that. That's a cool little thing to do too, is put a little emoji in there. Next thing, what should you be posting? Well, once again, attraction marketing is the name of the game with Snapchat. So you want to showcase your life and your lifestyle. Remember, people join people, not business opportunities. You want to tell stories via Snapchat. It's important. And guys, my third and I guess number C. So yeah, the third bullet here is really important. And I don't want anyone to take offense to this, but don't lecture unless you're qualified to do so. Like if you're a personal trainer, yeah, lecture on fitness advice. If you're a life coach, yeah, lecture on that kind of stuff. But people get very annoyed, and it's the human personality when they see someone that they don't necessarily look up to in that field trying to lecture them about something. You see what I'm saying? And I see this a lot, and it's not a bad thing, but if you guys have some credibility behind that certain specific thing you're talking about, then of course, talk about it. I would never say lecture. And like, you know, even me being, I guess, an online lead gen expert or a digital marketing expert, I'll always say, look, this is what works for me. You guys decide if you want to go do it. I don't tell people that they have to go do certain things or think certain ways. I recommend stuff, of course. But with that being said, that's like the number one turnoff in Snapchat. And the reason being is because the medium of what people are watching, it can seem very lecturing because they're right in your face when you guys are watching stories or people are watching you. So just be careful of that. And if you do want to showcase a point, start it off with, so something I've realized or something my mentor told me, things like that. That kind of brings that barrier down. You see what I'm saying? And let people understand that you're learning too. You're not, you know, all that in a bag of potato chips, right? So it's important to do it. I recommend it because it can turn people off if you try and act like a know-it-all when in reality you might not be yet, and you could be. But like I said, give advice on things that you really know a lot about. All right, that's really the big picture here. Post at the right times. All times are the right times on Snapchat. Why? Because you probably have people from all over the world that you're going to be connecting with, and there's all different time zones. Snapchat's a very quick boom, boom, boom type thing. All right, which is really cool. So snap all the time. Consistency, I'd say 5 to 20 snaps a day. You know, I mean, guys, if you're really good, go more than that, but keep in mind, and it's the old ambulance theory, right? Like when you're driving down the road and you hear an ambulance behind you, if it blows its horn or its sirens right when it's behind you, you get startled a little bit and you pull over, right? But if you hear it for miles behind you, you start to get immune to it. So you don't want to post a ton, just like on my Facebook training, 3-4 times a day. Don't go any more than that because people don't even read your stuff anymore because they see it all the time. So if you're constantly Snapchatting, they won't even open it anymore because it might be the same kind of stuff. So keep people curious, 5 to 20 snaps a day, and it really depends on how good you are on Snapchat. And honestly, you're going to get better and better as you do it. Captions. Use these. If you guys want to split up, like if you're talking into the camera, split it up a little bit, maybe where, you know, you have a couple of you talking or you're filming something funny or whatever. And that's another thing too. Film funny stuff. Do that kind of stuff. People love that, right? It makes them come back for more. But utilize, you know, like putting your finger behind the lens and clicking it so the screen's black. And you can type and text stuff on it. I've seen people do that too. It works really, really well. Use the filters. The filters are always cool too. It breaks up the seriousness, right? So that's big. Connect with others. Post your Snap handle on Facebook and Instagram. You know, let people know and get connect with them. Maybe make a post on Facebook like saying something like, who's on Snapchat, ? Comment your username below. You want to connect with more people. The more people you connect with, the more they connect with you, the more views you're going to have, the more exposure you're going to have for your business. It's really important. Also connect with others offline via Snapchat. Those Snap codes, I've seen people print them as coasters. You know, really cool stuff like that. It's becoming a more mainstream way of communicating, which is really good. Almost like texting kind of, because you can text in Snapchat too. So connect with people like that in the offline arena as well. And then the follow-unfollow technique, same kind of thing that I mentioned in the Instagram training, is follow people or connect with people. You can always unfollow them later. That way when you're opening up your feed, you don't have tons of people in there that you maybe you don't really care to see what they have to say, right? And that's not a bad thing. It's just you got to be obviously, of course, selective, because you want to pay attention to the people who matter most. And then one thing I'll add to this is, you know, because I get the question a lot, well, Joe, when should I start promoting my business? Well, guys, you got to work it in. Like if you're promoting a health and wellness company, for example, get a couple Snapchats of you maybe casually drinking the drink or making the shake or whatever. You know, things like that. Be creative, okay? Be really creative with these things. Don't say, hey, go to my website and buy all this, but maybe say something like, you know, here's your phone, right? Man, I'll tell you what, like you do a Snapchat. I'm going to give you like a mock Snapchat, right? Like say I have an energy shot or a weight loss shake, because a lot of you guys probably have that, which are great products. You know, you could say something like, you know, I don't know how I would get through my day if I didn't have a healthy shake. You know, props to this guy right here. Something like that. You see how that's kind of funny? It's like, whoa, what is that? So then people might direct message you, hey, what kind of shake is that, etc. That's what you guys got to get good at. But like I said, lead with you, lead with attraction marketing. It'll work 100% of the time. Snapchat's phenomenal. Stay consistent with it. And if you guys have questions, of course, reach out. More training to come. And if you have any marketing needs with regards to anything else, you know where to find us on sorry, I just blanked. I was looking at this last note, made sure I cover it. MobileMindAgency.com. And guys, follow me on Snapchat, Motivator Joe, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye-bye.